Josh Jackson about to bring Canterbury out. And Canterbury, of course, as the players right through the round have been doing, wearing the beanies for brain cancer in recognition of the enormous job we have to do to fight this awful disease. Talking of Josh Jackson, I can't believe his name somehow or other has been lost in the mist when it comes to talking about Origin. He was the Brad Fittler medal winner. There's Terry Lamb, Brad Fittler medal winner in 2016. That's the best of New South Wales. They'll go down fighting if they're going down, that's for sure.
Well, they won't beat themselves. You've got to beat the Bulldogs. And it's just not the money with this beanies for brain cancer thing. It's the awareness. It's the community spirit behind it, that everyone gets behind it. The players, the coaches wearing the beanies pre-game and in the coach's box. And it's the awareness it raises. It's the hope that it gives to the future.
John Olive, the number 3, he's in the side for Josh Morris. He's like the prodigal son returning home. He played juniors for Kingsgrove Colts. He went to the Titans. I think he went somewhere else, South maybe, and now he's in a Canterbury jumper. John Olive. The West Tigers come on out. I mean, the little stories surrounding this game are probably taking up more news space than the game itself. The Marshall brothers doing battle for the first time. Reynolds playing against his old club, first time. Woods playing against his old club, first time. And a story in the paper about Benji and this kid, Jeremy, his younger brother. He was 9, this kid, when Marshall threw the flick pass to Pat Richards and they won the comp in 2005. They played backyard football and this bloke thought he was Jonah Lomu. And he used to put a big shot on Benji whenever he could.
He hasn't got the skills of Benji, but he's tough. He's a tough young man.
And there's Mahu Whanua, Victorian through and through, bred and raised in Victoria to become the first junior to play top level.
When you go to the barbers and they say, what sort of haircut do you want? How would you describe that one?
Well, from now on, the kids are saying, give me the Mahi Whanua.
Well, how much would it cost?
Yeah. Well, Mum and Dad are saying, no way, baby.
I'll give you the money if you do it. Okay. Right to left go the West Tigers. They're running towards the river end of the ground. That's the northern end. And a groan from the crowd. And we expected that he would get a little bit of a raspberry, but it was a big groan for Woods as he brought the ball back. 20 metres inside, or just inside the 20-metre line, the Blue and Whites. They've won 9 of the last 12 matches against the West Tigers. So Woods it is with a carry, and then Faitala Mariner. Talking of haircuts, he's an entry for the gold medal as well. Now for Jackson.
He swap sides for Tala Mariner. He's on the left side. Got him opposite Luke Brooks today. Watch that battle. Moses
Mbai, we're hearing he's bound for West Tigers. Could even be going this year. As the ball is taken by Lolahia, just outside the 20-metre line. He's back at fullback, and so therefore Corey Thompson, the former Canterbury player, goes back to the position he played at Canterbury on the wing. Now it's Whanua. And Faitala Mariner was up the top and Elliott was down below. Liddle, the hooker. Oh, he gave it to the other number 9. It was 9-9. And it's played by Marshall King, but it's a penalty before all that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that the penalty helped them there. Having taken the intercept, the Tigers' defence was in disarray. They would have liked to play the ball. Nevertheless, they'll make ground and have a full set of 6 here.
Sunday afternoon football on 9, live and free, where you'll see Origin exclusive. You won't see it anywhere else. Live and free exclusive on 9 on Wednesday week from Melbourne. As the ball goes infield and is taken by Woods. They play the ball 18 away. They're a chance here, Canterbury. As Elliott goes rampaging up to the 10-metre line. He's He's going to play the ball in centre ground, playing it back for Marshall King, who goes behind Woods, and then Foran. Out it goes to Frawley, and it's away there to Olive, I think. And he's about 3 metres out from the line. So John Olive from Kingsgrove Juniors. It's come long to Foran, back on the inside Jackson. The youngster from Mudgee and Gulgong. As I said, I can't believe his name has been missing from the discussions as Frawley puts a kick across. There's chance for Hopewadi. Well done, Thompson. Didn't get to the ground. It'll be a line dropout.
No, he didn't. Jumped from the field of play.
Well, beautifully placed kick.
Jumped from the field of play.
And the referee saying he jumped from the field of play to make that grab. Corey Thompson back to the wing this week. He's been good whatever position they play him. Let's have a look. Yeah, his left foot was in the field of play before he caught the ball. And the strength of Fatala Mariner pulls him back into the in goal to get the ball back. Interesting choice this week. Corey Thompson back to the wing. Lola here resumes at fullback, but that fellow will be infield looking for the ball. He won't stay on the sideline all day.
The dropout is taken by Lola here. The bounce is good. When I say that, friendly for Montoya. So he'll play the ball. Shallow, and it's gone into Elliott again. He's right in the middle. He's 20 metres out. So they go away to the right, and Foran gets it to Frawley, and Frawley was swamped. He was squashed there by Marshall. He's a bit beefier these days than the spindly kid that came from Keebra High in 2003, can you believe? Now it's away to Frawley, dummy go, and he's 3 out. 5 gone, chance here. Marshall King, the ball rebounds off a Tiger, no knock on. Lola here will play the ball. Down at the southern end.
If he had a pass there instead of kick, Aaron Woods could have been over for a try. I think he premeditated it.
Thompson.
Back it up.
Good defence by the Tigers on their goal line. And now a relieving penalty.
He's got a penalty out of it. Hand on the ball. Gus Gould in the commentary box with Andrew Johns, and of course this man on the sideline has got a big 24 hours in front of him. Brad Fittler, g'day mate.
Good afternoon, Ray. Beautiful afternoon here. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon. It's become a beautiful overcast afternoon. There's a slight breeze behind the Dogs, just enough to take the dew off the grass, so absolutely perfect playing conditions.
Brad Fittler on the sideline, covering many roles. Coach of New South Wales, meteorologist, horticulturalist. And it doesn't matter whether it's overcast or blue sky, it's beautiful anyway. And here's Brooks now coming back towards the left of the ground, and it's bounced away for Nua. And he'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. He's able to download the ball. It's gone from Thompson and through Lawrence. It's found Marshall. It's gone to Lola here. It's gone away now out there along the line to the Tigers' second rower, Cheekham, playing in 12. Play back to Liddle, goes for a run. Marshall joins in. Lola here does likewise. He'll have to come infield. He does. Nofaluma gave it to Marshall, gave it to Brooks. Brooks showed it once, put a kick in. Work here for Montoya. He'll be grassed, I think, or will he get back? He's around them, and now he's taken. Line drop out. Wow, that's exciting stuff.
Well, the further you run across field in your in goal, the more likely you are to be pinned. At some stage, you've just got to head upstream and hope to get back into the in goal. But exciting play from the Tigers. Corey Thompson wants to be in the game the whole time. The minute Brooks gets it, Corey Thompson, the winger, goes running up, waiting for the kick, virtually signalling to his halfback, let me get into the game. Montoya had to come back up grain. They're all there now. Great work by the Tigers.
So Moses Mbai's dropout, bouncing menacingly down to Corey Thompson.
I think Corey Thompson's had as many offloads in the competition this year as anyone. He's been phenomenal with his offloads.
Brooks turning it back in for Matalino.
Big contact there. Josh Jackson?
Jackson it was. And it's gone away to Brooks again. Behind, and oh gee, the pass from Benji. Look forward to Cheekham. He's lost the ball. Canterbury have dived on it to take up the advantage. So Canterbury then with Martin brings the ball away. He only made his debut in round 9. Reece Martin, a product of junior football from Proserpine, and of course has played Test match football for PNG. Here's Aaron Woods then. First game against his old club, with the Leichhardt postcard tattooed, I believe, there somewhere on the anatomy. They go short down the blind side now, and it's with John Olive. 25 out from the line. Canterbury having slightly the better of it so far. Here's Jackson chopping through and fending. 22 out. Marshall King, a dart away to Frawley. A long ball there. There's a try coming up. It's Brett Morris at his brilliant best, completing, putting 4 points on the board for the blue and whites. But it's nothing new this year, by the way. In most of their games, the vast majority, they've been first try scorers. But they've only won 3 games.
Yeah, they decided to run the ball on the last. And when you run the ball on the last, we just freeze the play there. We'll have a look here at the back. Norfoluma, just there. He's back waiting for the kick. Normally when the ball goes wide, he would rush up and pressure the centre. We just roll it on there. He's back there waiting for the kick. Frawley will get it and throw it wide to John Olive. Normally Norfoluma would up and cut that off. Of course, he's waiting back there for the kick. Creates a 2-on-1. Brett Morris over in the corner.
That's a bad sign for the Tigers, because when you look at the high shot again, all those players were also offside. Isuzu D-Max replay, not only a little bit offside, they were way offside and stood still. Watch this. They don't come back anywhere near the referee, and they're well in front of him. So it was a free roll for the Bulldogs. It was either try or penalty. So some poor defence on the outside, as Andrew Johns pointed out, but they were never in a chance to stop it because they were all offside anyway.
And that's exactly what the referees should be doing more of. Use the advantage rule to your own advantage. It's going to stop some of those stupid penalties as the conversion is successful. Canterbury 6-0. It's the 142nd time Brett Morris has crossed for a try at the NRL top level. Keep in mind he's been a regular member of the Origin side for New South Wales and has played, obviously, many tests for Australia. Jackson playing the ball just beyond his own 30-metre line. This is Faitala Mariner. He'll play the ball on the red line. 20 metres in then from the western side from which we broadcast.
See, that try the Bulldogs just scored, that ball movement, I'd like to see them doing it, running at the halfway line, playing from their own end of the field, using the ball a little bit. They tend to bog down there at their own end, just hitting it up, not putting a lot of pressure on the opposition defence. But they executed beautifully there for that try.
Mbai giving Lola here a little question to be answered. He's immediately put away by Frawley, with Olive playing down that left side in the centre position. Thompson on to Fanua now, and he comes out towards the 30-metre line. He's as strong as an ox, this fellow.
Great play there by the Tigers. Norfoluma just let the ball do the work. Saw room out there, through the long pass, and they pitched an easy 30 metres. That's great play by the Tigers.
Nofaluma, talking of him playing the ball, it's gone away to Luke Brooks, and he'll play the ball about 7 metres his own side of halfway. Back for Liddell, who came into the top grade via the Wyong Kangaroos from memory. Brooks then going high, and Mbai's under it, and he's got the ball safely. And Benji was waiting for him to take the ball, and then he shunted him away and tied him up. He had no chance of getting rid of the ball. Hopewadi now. Just inside 30. Own end of the ground. 6-0 in favour of Canterbury. And Mbai was able to beat the tackle of Liddle. He was taken by Lawrence. Chris Lawrence in his 13th year with West Tigers. This is Martin. Reese Martin on his own 40-metre line. They come away to the middle of the ground. Woods, and here's Faitala Mariner, and he was taken by Luke Brooks. Big impact there. The little fellow winning the battle. Foran's kicked, is standing up. A second bounce for Lola here. And he'll play the ball back inside his own 20-metre line. 6-0 in favour of Canterbury. A try to Brett Morris, converted. And it's gone over to Nofaluma again. And he's coming back into the middle of the ruck. Play just inside the 30-metre line. Completions perfect for the Bulldogs from 7, and 3 from 5 for the Tigers.
The ball will come back inside to Jacob Liddle. Just takes his eye off the ball. First look, I thought the ball went backwards. Luke Brooks will go across, throw it inside at Corey Thompson. Is that going backwards? Or am I seeing things?
He went backwards.
Heads in. Heads in. Heads in.
Henry Piranara
Stay bound.
in charge of this game.
It's never comfortable playing against the Bulldogs. I know they're down towards the bottom of the ladder, but they do make you feel uncomfortable every time you play them. Something will click for them soon, and they'll put a few games together.
It's Gavin Badger, isn't it, the assistant referee? My stuff says it was going to be Ashley Klein, but it's gone away now. That's irrelevant. It's out to Brett Morris.
The overtime for the Badger was in Townsville Friday.
I think the Badge does all 8 games every week as the pocket referee.
So here's Martin.
This is his wife, Casey.
That's the misprint. That's his wife, Casey, doing the touch judge's job. Here's Elliott now. He's right in front of the sticks, and he gets a penalty. They came up with the boot.
Come on, Jacob.
They get the penalty, but once again, I think they would have preferred the play to roll on.
We'll take a break. Be back in a moment. So welcome back to pictures coming out of ANZ Stadium here in Sydney. Hope you're enjoying the round and the coverage of a most important round for us and for the community in general, I suppose. But of course, Matt Callender was our executive producer, and he became a very close friend to all of us. And the beanies for brain cancer round. And there's a penalty goal to Canterbury, 8-0 the score.
Yeah, here's the run prior to the penalty. See, they roll forward here. They get a short ball on the outside to Elliott. He'll get half through. He'll power through Jacob Liddle. And he'll get a quick play the ball here with one marker. Middle of the field, retreating defence. That's when you don't want a penalty, even though they get 2 points. I think they dodged the bullet there, the Tigers.
You're 100% right, Andrew. A lot of the penalties actually help the defence without helping the attacking team.
This is Elliott again. He's making hay while the sun shines, even though Brad Fittler tells me it's not shining anymore. David Clemmer coming off the bench.
Well, the lights have actually taken effect here in the first half. Usually they don't until the second half, but it's quite bleak outside.
Mbai playing the ball inside the 40-metre line. This is Martin.
No threat of rain. It's just dark.
Here's Elliott then to the halfway line. Oh, big dummy by Foran. He almost gets through. And it's a penalty going to the Tigers for obstruction.
Yeah, keep your eye on Raymond Fatala-Mariner, the guy with the afro. He'll go to the line, and keep your eye on Brooks. He'll go into the line and get to the outside of Brooks, which stops Brooks getting across on the inside and tackling Kieran Foran.
It's before his inside shoulder.
Yeah, lazy play there by Raymond. Just had to give up on the play or go to the left of Luke Brooks.
So West Tigers get a chance to dig into this 8-point deficit. 17 3/4 gone in the first half. And here's Packer. Gee, they missed him while he was out. Russell Packer. They won 5 from 6, and then they've won 1 from 5. Elijah Taylor will play the ball. You can see the line. It's just up the field a couple of metres. Penalty goes to them.
Here's another one.
Let's go now all together.
So 5 penalties in the game. And Packer, he's only just got that.
Adam, let go of those legs.
And he's going to drop it for sure. So close to the line are the Tigers. Brooks comes in, gives it to Lawrence.
Be good here, Adam. Let's go.
Chris Lawrence to play the ball. They're parked up at the northern end. Oh, good hands, Luke Brooks. Elijah Taylor came screaming through. Little away, and it's gone to Fanua. He's, as I said, very strong. Unloads down to Little. He runs into Fatala-Mariner. Woods goes in for an assist, and Fanua's the dummy half. Now it's gone to Marshall. He puts in a little one. There's a chance. I think it's gone off a Canterbury player, Frawley.
Yeah, good vision here from Benji Marshall. It was a pretty ordinary set of 6 up until that moment. But he noticed that Mbai was in the line. There was no one behind the line. He gets the grubber kick into the in goal. And it was Frawley that had to race back to defuse it.
It's an area of his game, Moses Mbai. He likes to pop into the short side. He'll be the first defender on the short side. Try to create that extra man so one of the forwards can go to the longer side. Very susceptible to short kicks, the Bulldogs.
This is a good drop kick from Mbai. And back goes Madalino. A decade as a Warrior. And he won the Players Player Award on 2 occasions in that 10-year period. Ben Madalino. 20 metres out. Brooks working his blind side, and this is Masters. It's a big, strong thing. Well, he's broad. He's built pretty close to the ground, though. Now Brooks shows it a couple and gives it to Marshall. They're coming across to the left very quickly. Fanua, he's got sights for the try line. He's over the try line.
Start with try.
Fanua.
Check the contact, yes.
So they're checking a couple of things here, but it looks like Mahu Fanua has got himself a try.
Just confirm if there's any obstruction there. I think
gets caught up with a couple of decoy runners of the Tigers. It'll be Chris Lawrence. He'll go through and hit Kieran Foran. Now this will be no try because Mahe Fanua dummies, and where he goes back in field, that's where Kieran Foran would be closing off the gap. You'll see Kieran Foran gets knocked over. He would normally be on the inside of Hopewadi. He can't get across because he's been hit by Chris Lawrence. Keep your eye on number 11. He'll go through, take Kieran Foran out.
There's significant contact by Chris Lawrence, running through as a lead runner.
Yeah, and Fanua
This
goes.
impacts on the Bulldogs' opportunity to defend this play. We have a decision.
I've got it, mate. I've got the mark. I've got got the mark, H. 20 again.
Well sighted, Joe. He's gone back into the situation where that player was taken out. He could have participated in defence. And that's what the man in the bunker is saying. So he's overruled Henry Perinara. 48-10 the score at Newcastle. Sharks 48, Knights 10. And apparently Matt Moylan had a blinder up there. 6 try assists, did you say, David? Matt Moylan, 6 try assists in a big win for Cronulla.
Huge crowd up there at this crowd. What was it called today? Boonies for Brain Cancer Stadium. 21,000.
That's right.
Yeah, they changed the name, McDonald Jones Homes. So well done.
Well, a big thank you to the McDonald Jones people. Every little bit helps, that's for sure. With Fatala Mariner.
Rung me during the week, Mark Hughes. Said, think you're a big timer getting a grandstand named after you. I got a whole stadium.
Josh Jackson. MarkHughesFoundation.com.au if you want to give a donation. MarkHughesFoundation.com.au. Fatala Mariner. 32 metres out from the line. Elliott again. Jackson again. That's where we are, down the middle. They're crossing the 20. Marshall King, that's the turnover.
Well, he must have lost the tackle count there, young Marshall.
Yep, Chris. Hold. Go.
Just a meek play on last tackle.
Up, Raymond.
They're going okay, the Bulldogs.
Hold. Hold it. Hold.
Well, it's an undeniable stat. Out of the last 12 matches, Gus, they've won 9 of the 12. Different times, different years, I understand that, but it's a hell of a record when you come out to do battle with them. So here they are with Taylor giving it on to Brooks, and outside, inside, looking for Lola here. It's gone forward, and it's going to be a scrum to pack down. Some 8 metres on the Canterbury side of halfway.
Yeah, you can see what they're doing, their game plan, the Tigers. They're looking to go to the right side, and they're looking to get the gap between Kieran Foreigner and also Will Hopewadi on that left side, looking to open the field right up and then have the big shift. This time they play back on the inside. Ball went astray. Tough ball to throw back on the inside when you're running on that outside line from Luke Brooks.
Well, they haven't really earned the right to throw that pass yet, have they? Well, that's something a little bit later.
It's that edge of Canterbury's weakness by most clubs. The Montoya. I think they've eyes in than any other. Tigers. Raymond Fatala just in front of him. Back for Mbai. Down. And he off the left foot. Brett Morris get hands on it. Somebody by. Now it's kicked again by Frawley, marked by Lawrence, and Lawrence will be tackled about 15 metres out from his own line.
It's a real Achilles heel for the Bulldogs, that last play.
Fatala Marin is coming from the field. I take it it's an HIA. This is what happened. He might have got one there from Mahu or Mahi Fanua. Mahe, is it? There's only 3 vowels left. I'll keep going if you like. So here's Brett Morris with the carry back. And they're good meters, aren't they? He's outside the 20. Now Montoya. 35 out from his own line, playing it to Mbai. Now for Hopewadi. He's on the 40-metre line. So Woods right on halfway. Metres gained, 428 by the Canterbury side, 284 by West Tigers. And that translates to the scoreboard, 8-0 in favour of the Dogs. Gus?
Just watching David Klemmer, he's come off the bench again today, and he's already thrown 3 passes into his work before the line. So he's trying to mix his game up a lot. One of the big things for him is that when he runs the ball and gets gang tackled, he's pretty easily put onto his back. He can start finding his front a little bit more to get a quicker play of the ball. They're little things you can see he's working on with his game.
So talking of Klemmer, he takes the ball inside the 10, and they have the dickens of a time holding him, but it probably gives them more time to set their line anyway, and Woods goes charging towards the upright.
Let go now.
So Aaron Woods, and then Marshall King, foreign, and had his back turned out there, Frawley, and he was monstered coming in over the top by Masters.
It's good defence, that.
Klemmer again in the middle of the ground now, looking to offload. He's got that right arm free, got rid of the ball. Jackson attacks, asks them a question close to the line.
Good play by Klemmer.
Back now for Hopewadi. Now it's with Priest, who's out there now as a replacement. Former Canberra Raider, close to the line. 5 gone. Marshall King to Woods. That's the end of that, I would think. Changeover.
Well, what's that? 3 or 4 fifth tackles in a row. They've really come up with nothing. Klemmer, see him using his footwork a little bit, holding the ball out, looking for the offload. Makes a big difference when your forwards are doing that rather than just crashing into them and being gang tackled.
I can't agree with that running the ball in the last end. There was nothing on. It's the job of your halves, especially in this first half. You've got to build the game. You've got to try to get some repeats. You've got to tire the opposition team out. It's just letting them off the hook, and there we go. They get a penalty.
Yeah.
All the momentum turns just because there's no polish on the end of your sets.
They've only won 3 games this year, and that's obviously a major problem, but scoring tries is probably the essence of that. 26 tries in 11 games, and we remind ourselves that Origin comes up on Wednesday week, under a fortnight. Holden, State of Origin, game 1 from the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground, exclusively live and free from 7 Wednesday, June 6 on the 9 network. The same with the grand final. Origin and grand finals exclusively live and free on 9. So here we are down the other end of the ground now, and Brooks goes short. He looked long and then went short into the 18, Aloye. They're right in the middle of the ground. Here's Eisenhuth, and back and away to Brooks, and now that's Cheekham. He's very versatile, this fellow. He's in the second row today. And oh, gee, they're good hands. Luke Brooks again. And Canterbury's Jackson eventually puts him to ground. So Taylor, long to Marshall, long from Marshall. Oh, what a pass! What a pass by Benjamin, putting Thompson over for a try. Vision and talent combined.
That's a beautiful ball. Have a look at this from the old master. There's not a lot on here. Look at Corey Thompson tippy-toeing on the sideline here. He's right on the sideline. Marshall goes bing. Picks him out straight away. I'm not sure if Thompson wanted him to grab a kick or not, but he just kept himself alive. Marshall heard the call. Look at the eyes. Look at the way he holds himself. Describe that for us, Andrew.
Well, he was looking on the outside. He was watching Montoya. And in that position, nearly every team will get their winger to come in on the opposition setup which Montoya does, because they think no one can throw a 20-metre pass across the front of 3 players and hit the winger on the chest. But they're not playing against any player. They're playing against Benji Marshall, Brad Fittler.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw Luke Brooks run down the western side of the ground and everyone just stood and cheered. I think everyone at the ground on that day will remember that run. I think everyone sitting in the Western Grandstand today at ANZ Stadium will talk about the day Benji Marshall threw a 20-metre cutout and hit his winger to score a try. What a brilliant pass. One to remember.
Won the Golden Boot for best player in the world. Back in 2010 it was, Benji Marshall.
Well, they're really good playmakers. They've just got such great vision. They can gather it all in an instant.
So there it is, the kick, and unsuccessful. 8-4.
Reece, wait for the clock, huh? Thanks, man. Oh, yeah, I know. You never lose it, do you? Come on.
So welcome back to Sunday football. Lights have taken almost totally over now from the sunlight that we had shining down on Sydney earlier today. It's a high cloud. Gus made the point there's no rain in it. I tend to agree, it's so high. But it has darkened everything, and we're playing pretty much under lights at about 4:45.
Just noticing that Elijah Taylor's now gone to dummy half. Jacob Little must have left the field.
Big run by Lawrence Gus. Sorry for interrupting. Crosses 40. My goodness, he was going hard down the ground. Pulled down by Mbai. I'll stay with it. It's Lola here now. Stepping, twisting, and looking to make another break. He'll play the ball 10 out. Fanua goes to dummy half. So from Fanua, long and low to Brooks. They're testing him out today. Marshall goes long. Cheekham has got the ball, and he will be 3 metres out from the line. Changeover is on. Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry about it. Exciting football there from the Tigers. Great ball movement.
The replay where they went straight through. Josh Jackson, 12 and 14 will go through, and he'll take out Josh Jackson there. They take advantage of that gap. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they didn't score because they would have taken that try off them. But nice play by the Tigers.
I was just mentioning that Elijah Taylor's gone to dummy half. Jacob Little has left the field, but I guess we all anticipated that might be where Josh Reynolds comes into the game as a dummy half. So they didn't replace Little with Josh Reynolds. He's yet to see any action.
Does it make you wonder whether he's fully fit?
No, but it might make us wonder that he's going to play in the halves, that maybe they're going to bring him on for Benji Marshall at some stage. Benji just threw a screamer of a pass. He might be on the sideline a while, Josh, if he keeps that up.
I think so. Oh, Lola here now. They've blown it up. He will tell you that it's a disappointed Lola here, but I thought it went backwards. Let's have a look at it. The fullback, the number 1 Lola here. Well,
That's a knock on.
You reckon it's a knock on?
It's a knock on.
Okay.
Goes
Well,
through.
you're the immortal.
You're saying I'm never wrong.
I didn't say you're infallible. I said you're immortal.
Infallible.
That's never wrong.
Oh, okay.
Don't use big words with Andrew. You've got to keep the game plan very simple with Andrew.
You said infallible. I was going, well, I had some spicy dinner. Is that what you're talking about?
No, you're talking about flatulence.
Oh, okay.
So here's Jackson, and there's a hand on the ball. It's a penalty going to Canterbury. See, this is the example I'm trying to make about referees. We'll come back to that, and we'll take a break and come back.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I just feel like 10 seconds.
So just under 5 minutes to go in the first half, and Canterbury have been gifted another 2 points. Just to finish what I was talking about, a referee, he knows there's a hand on the ball. Maybe we can construct some kind of signal that he says I'm holding a penalty here for Canterbury, and just let them play on. Would take away some of these intentional penalties in try-scoring region. Here's the menu for the week coming up. Macca's Thursday night footy, Manly and Cowboys at Lotto Land. Then on Friday, VB Friday night football, Rabbitohs and Sharks here at ANZ. Rabbitohs probably be down 3 of their stars. And Sunday football, Roosters Tigers at Allianz. It's Sunday football next week. And then, of course, the following Wednesday, Origin exclusive from Melbourne on 9. David Klemmer in the middle of that tackle. 20 metres almost out from his own line. Here's Woods. So 10-4 is the score in favour of the Dogs. And this is Hopewadi. William playing the ball. This is Clay Priest. He's almost to the halfway line. The former Raider. Frawley away to Olive on debut for Canterbury.
He's got sharp footwork, this boy.
Martin's the dummy half. Frawley got a bad pass. He had to stop and go back for it. And Brooks is underneath it. And I've made mention of Brooks. They're testing him out. He's made some wonderful catches. Mark Waugh would be proud of him, although I think Mark's a Canterbury supporter, isn't he? Brad Fittler on the sideline.
Yeah, both Waugh brothers are Canterbury supporters. Raymond Fatala Mariner failed his HIA, so the Dogs are down to 16.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I think the Tigers have got to think seriously about Josh Reynolds coming into the game at half-time. They've missed the jump today. Bulldogs have been a little bit more enthusiastic, and if anyone can fire a team up, it's Josh Reynolds.
So Marshall's kick taken over there by Nofaluma, knocked down. It might have been knocked down by Canterbury. It's play. No, I was about to say it's play on.
I thought this was knocked out of his hands. Poor kick from Benji Marshall. Nofaluma catches the ball. In the process of the tackle, who is it? John Olive? He knocks the ball out.
Yeah, he's basically he's let play go as an advantage, and Canterbury didn't get anything from it. That's why we've gone back to where we are, and here's Brett Morris playing the ball on the 40-metre line, long and low to Frawley, and then from Foran it's found Hopewadi. It's a forward pass.
Wow.
Gee, that was going to be something nice.
It was good football too. They stretched them, they opened up the gaps, they gave Hopewadi a chance to shimmy to the outside to play inside. Life's good ball, got it on the out, bang, bang, bang. Oh, gee, there's not much in it. Not much in it at all. Well, it's actually come out of his hand backwards. The hand's on the outside of the ball. Like that.
Wait. Yes, better. In front of that leg. In front of that leg. No, in front of the front row.
So half-time just over a minute away. And the scrum won by West Tigers back near their 30-metre line. Lola here has got Masters with him. And Masters backing up to the halfway line. Played back to Elijah Taylor, now to Benji Marshall. Luke Brooks showed it to Lawrence, gave it to Fanua. Fanua got a pass around the corner. Brooks was waiting for it, and Brooks has taken it, might be high. Crowd thought so. Come away from Thompson, gone back to Fanua. He decides to take him on. Watch out for the offload again. No, this time they've got him. They put 3 into the tackle. Now to the middle for Brooks. Brooks long. It's gone to Marshall. Marshall. Lola here. There's an overlap here. Nofaluma well taken by Morris. Loses the ball. That should be all, I would think, with only a matter of 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're dangerous when they string the passes together, aren't they? One side of the field to the other and back again. Took some really good Bulldogs defence scrambling across there to defuse it. But the Tigers have got to have a conversation at half-time about their energy level, because the Bulldogs put it over them a little bit in that first half.
Canterbury, they've led 5 times and they've got home only a couple. So this is Twal bringing the ball back from the kickoff.
I'm just quickly looking for Josh Reynolds. I can't see him out there.
So Eisenhuth pushing it along the line to a colleague in the shape of number 18. It's Aloye.
Here's Reynolds on the sideline. He's stretching. He's got a ball in his hand. He's letting the coach know he's ready to go.
Nofaluma. Now Masters out from dummy half.
That's good work. That dummy half running is good.
Brooks goes very, very high. Work for Mbai, taken off him by Montoya. Marcello 15 out from his own line. Hopewadi now.
Geez, that's a soft penalty. Straight after half-time, they marched the Bulldogs 80 metres up the field. And then second play, they give a penalty away. All that hard work, gone.
Let's see what the Bulldogs have got.
Martin.
Listening to Kieran Foran come off the field at half-time with Brad Fittler, there was just an air of confidence about him, that they had the game under control. That can change very quickly.
Played by Clemmer now. Here's Frawley. Had the choice of going in or out and went to Woods. So Aaron playing the ball back to Marshall King. Foran down the blind. Mbai comes back to the open and he'll play the ball 10 out. So after all that good work from West Tigers, as Joey points out, now they're back under pressure. 90 seconds later, that's Priest. 5 gone. We're looking for the bomb or the grubber. It's gone away to Clemmer, of all people. They go through hands. Foran gets it on, and Hopewadi's with the ball. It's a changeover.
That's a lovely long ball from Clemmer, the front rower. Showing a skill that we see very little of. Tackle 5. What's this? Boom. Out the back and hits the mark nicely.
So Nofaluma counter-punching for West Tigers. That's Elijah Taylor.
They're having a lot of success here early with this dummy half running. I like that.
Here's Chris Lawrence. He's running as strongly as ever. Former Australian player, Chris Lawrence. Boom player out of, I think it was St Gregory's College. He's been a loyal West Tigers player. Mbai leaving the ground.
Get to me, Michael. Hold, go.
So back on the 10-metre line then.
They're trying to lift their intensity, the Tigers, aren't they? You can see a distinct difference in them as to how they started the game. If they get some possession here, they can come over the top of the Bulldogs.
You'd think the way to get an immediate motivation would be to put Josh Reynolds out there. I think you made that point earlier.
Yeah, I'd have got him on at half-time just so he could let everyone know. Here's a chance.
Here's some ball work along the hands, and Montoya going down the right side. Montoya taken by Brooks. Oh, that looked like a Scott Sattler tackle, really. Beautiful stuff by the little fella. Now it's bounced away favourably for Frawley. It's gone from Woods, taken then by Foran, who wasn't expecting it. And it's a changeover again.
Well, that all ended pretty meekly. It was good work by the Bulldogs. This is what I said in the first half. Attacking the halfway line.
Yes, Elijah.
Moving the ball in your own half of the field easily gets around the Tigers, who weren't anticipating that. He's very quick, Luke Brooks. He had him covered the whole way.
Yeah, but Gus, they transferred the ball laterally on the advantage line, not throwing it back 10 metres. That's what the key was. Got to the edge of the ruck quickly and then had a 3-man overlay.
Brad, a comment on the sideline.
It was a lovely bit of trust by the fullback, Lola here. He saw Brooks had the speed, didn't know if he was going to make the tackle, but just had to back him because the Dogs had supporters on the inside. Beautiful bit of trust.
Play by Nofaluma now. West Tigers, it's their turn. Masters to Nofaluma. And he flicks it out the back, and it's there with Cheekham.
There were 3 dummy half runs in that set too, and it really worried the Bulldogs. They should keep up with that.
Brooks now stabbing it down into the corner. And Mbai not interested. So we'll come out to the 10. Scrum to restart. Brooks on camera. Some of his catching and passing in the first half was of the elite brigade, and then a beautiful tackle ending the progress of Montoya. State of Origin Wednesday week, exclusively live and free, exclusive to Channel 9 from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And you'll see that, of course, from 7 p.m. on Wednesday week. So here's Olive on debut for Canterbury today. 10-4 the score, just the 2 tries in the game at the 9th and the 30th minute. Brett Morris got the first of the day. Corey Thompson got the first for the West Tigers some 20 minutes later. So here's Martin taking the ball ahead, holding the ball out in front of him with 2 hands to keep them guessing. Marshall King playing against his big brother for the first time. Frawley, it looks like he's tapered right down. Matt Frawley, as this ball goes down to Lola here. And Lola he plays the ball on the 20-metre line. Nofaluma's been busy. Brooks goes away. It's gone out to Thompson, working one in from the wing. Fanua was out on the outside of him.
And once again, great play. They moved it laterally, let the ball do the work. But what they're doing, they're moving the big Canterbury forwards, making them chase.
So
what's happened here?
There's a knock on.
Yeah, this is good work by the Tigers. Move the ball, run from dummy half, move the ball, hit down a short side. Running the Bulldogs around. They didn't do this in the first half.
Gus, have a look where Clemmer is. He's near the referee.
Yep.
You can't miss his big noggin. And they move the ruck. He ends up making the tackle here. And does he get back in the defensive line?
Yeah, he's there.
He gets back in the defensive line. Great effort from the big man there. Covered a lot of ground. You see him get back quick. Shows a jumper in the defensive line. Great hustle there from Clemmer.
So Canterbury just holding the ball in the scrum for a split second. In fact, it was quite a rare occurrence, actually. The ball exited between the inside feet of the second rowers.
I saw you get excited about that. It's a funny game, Rugby.
It is a funny game. That's Mbai finding the line.
Now, Josh Reynolds is like a cat on a hot tin roof down there. He's coming to the sideline. He might even have a card.
Here's Clemmer. Jackson almost went through the tunnel and came out the other side. Here's Clemmer. He goes longish towards Priest. And Clay playing the ball. 8 metres out from the line. It's come away to Frawley. A good pass out to Olive. Olive looking for the line. Pulled down, 2 out. Giving a little bit of a facial into the bargain there by Masters. Here's Woods. Got a big fend up on Twal. Ball comes out. It's gone away from Brooks and back into Fanua. So there he is, the cat on a hot tin roof.
Yeah, get him out there now, they've got the penalty. Be interesting to see where he plays.
Well, Elijah Taylor's going off.
So
he's going to get the dead ball line. He must be playing dummy half.
Must be going to dummy half, okay. Now I mentioned that the Tigers have had some good inroads. Huge cheer from the crowd, and I would say some applause even from the Bulldog faithful, who love their former player, Josh Reynolds. This is a really good time for him to be coming on.
7 years at the Bulldogs. Josh Reynolds, and everybody you heard talk from the team, they would say he's the heart and soul of Canterbury. So it was a sad story in many ways. Josh Reynolds now on the field for West Tigers, and Luke Brooks will play the ball, and the penalty, and they take the tap, and Reynolds it is that runs within about 15 metres of the line. So this is Aloye in 18, put down decisively there by Holland, who's out there now. Away to Marshall, goes to Cheekham. 7 out from the line. Michael Cheekham. And here's Masters. You don't get much closer than that. Nofaluma. Long ball for Marshall, and he goes short. To the number 14, Twal. 5 gone. Can they make it this time? Brooks rolls one in, and Mbai takes it dead.
Well, straight away there from the penalty, Josh Reynolds tapped it, ran crossfield, traditional run, but it got his team excited. And now they're forced a line driver. Here he is. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Well, he's let down by his outside men here, Gus. He created an opportunity, but the left side outside backs for the Tigers, they were snoozing.
This could be a very important part of the game here, because the Tigers are going well. They just haven't reflected it on the scoreboard yet.
So Mbai with the dropout. This is Alex Twal. Back to the 30-metre line, right in the centre of the ground. A 3-man Bulldogs tackle. And Reynolds goes on to Eisenhuth. Big, wiry, rangy front row forward who signed a new contract during the week. Here's Marshall, and he's gone away to Lola here. There's a chance for Nofaluma. More than a chance. Nofaluma has scored. Another brilliant piece of work by him.
All right, Joe, tackle 3, mate. Try. Just a sideline grounding, please, mate.
He's more than an athlete. He's an acrobat.
Yeah.
He has scored some brilliant tries, this kid. And that's a put down and a half. Knee belongs to the Canterbury defender.
Nofaluma remains in the field of play and grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
A really passive defence there, so we get the result from the bunker. The left side defence from the Bulldogs, very unlike Bulldogs, very passive. You'll see on the high shot here, the ball will come wide. I'm going to highlight 2 defenders. Just pause the play there. Players out here, normally when they come into the line, these players would be flying up and cutting it off. We'll let the ball, the tape roll. Benji will come into the line and they'll sit back and wait. Frawley will go in, and with them backing off, it creates the 3-on-2 on the outside. Very unlike the Bulldogs. Really passive defence, letting Benji go into them, and they're backing off. And they go through the hands, play the 3-on-2 really well.
Andrew, all their troubles this year are because they're trying to defend like that. They are at their best when they're coming up and in, but every now and then they want to try and slide and be passive like that. And it just doesn't suit them. They just can't seem to get it right.
So Masters has been doing the goal kicking at 79%. Unsuccessful that time. So we're back. 10-8 the score. Canterbury leading by 2. Masters had a chance from the touchline to level it up at 10-10.
They're freakish, the wingers now, aren't they, with their put downs? I mean, that was brilliant from Nofaluma.
No, that wasn't freakish from Nofaluma.
No, didn't need that.
Watch them coming out of trouble. The Tigers are really targeting Matt and Frawley.
Hold.
They're finding him, and then they're going dummy half run, getting all sorts of joy out of it.
David Clemmer felled by a low tackle from Aloye on that occasion. So Clay Priest will play the ball just outside the West Tigers 20-metre line. And here's Foran coming long to Mbai into his back line, puts on a sprint. He'll play the ball just outside the 10 on the western side of the ground. Olive the dummy half. Frawley, then to Clemmer. Again, it was Aloye who brought Clemmer down. And then Frawley tries to get a kick in, but it's been scooped up off the ground there by Nofaluma, I think it is.
I'd say their fifth tackle options today have been some of the worst we've seen all year.
Twal. Inside 20.
Whether they've kicked it or run it and just got tackled, but fifth tackles are nothing for the Bulldogs.
Lawrence. Fanua shows it. And then decides to straighten it up and runs into the defence, but downloads again.
They're going better now, the Tigers, aren't they?
Reynolds.
Release that, Karen.
They might be trailing, but somehow or other they look like favourites to win. The body language suggests that. Eisenhuth played to Reynolds. Only one marker, and he wasn't back 10 or a marker. And this is Mbai, Reynolds, arms and legs flying all over the place.
What's this penalty? Really poor discipline here from the Tigers.
Yeah, he's persisted in the tackle. That was what the penalty was about.
Up in the middle, Will. Incoming.
Jackson.
I think the Bulldogs have got to get proactive here, Ravitch, because they're not going to win this 10-8. You feel like there's 1 or 2 tries in the Tigers, so Bulldogs need a couple of tries, I believe, to win this.
Holland, Clemmer. Now they're just outside the 40-metre line. They still haven't used Tuamonga. So Holland then to Frawley and now to Martin. And Martin is taken down on the 20-metre line. That's 5. They come to the blind side. It's with Mbai. Mbai to Olive. Olive's in a bit of trouble.
Once again, there's nothing on.
Yeah, just go to a high shot there and see how many defenders the West Tigers have got down that short blind side. And if they haven't got more defenders than attackers, I'll give up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got 6 there and 3 Bulldogs players. And they weren't even in position, but they just covered them up easy because there were 6 of them, which means there can only be so many on the other side of the field.
Played there by Nofaluma. This is Cheekham. And able to offload. Eisenhuth likewise. Lola here joins in, finds a gap. Half break to within 8 metres of the halfway.
Well, the
Reynolds.
Sorry.
You're right. Brooks, Fanua.
They've moved them around, and that showed there perfectly. Any offload around the middle of the field to a speed man with footwork trouble the Bulldogs. That's where the Tigers have got to get. To the middle, crisscross down the middle.
Twal goes over the 30, goes over the 20. He's only about 15 metres away from the southern try line. Here it comes to Brooks again, turns it in for Matalino. He's up to the 10 and got it to Reynolds. He zips in and zags away from another, then gets the ball back to Brooks, and Brooks circles, goes to Fanua. Fanua will be hard to stop from there. Into touch, good defence.
Well, ended up being good defence, but it was raggedy before that. And the Tigers always felt there was a pass on here for a try. They get there in good numbers, lock him up, and throw him into the in goal. The Bulldogs just look to be out on their feet at the moment, and the Tigers are full of running.
Let go. Here, Ben. Hold. Go 0-0.
Well, they're probably out in the feet. Gus, tell me if I'm wrong, because of the way the Tigers are throwing the ball around. They're going from sideline to sideline, really. Here's Brett Morris.
Well, if their plan was to run them around and beat them in the last 20 minutes, there's now 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, through the middle. Get the message out to your speed man. Brooks, Lola here. Any footwork, change of footwork around the ruck.
Second half metres gain. Tigers 408 to 290. So that has translated from the first half. It's gone very much the other way. So Clemmer comes off. The 16 goes out. The young fellow is talking about Tuamonga in jumper number 16, and he's got some talent. Brad, a comment?
Yeah, the crowd today, Ray, 18,847. And the majority Tigers, I'd say.
Tigers home game. Canterbury, talking of home games, they're in Sydney until the end of the year. They've only got one trip to make. All their matches are in Sydney, bar one game at Newcastle. So it's a fairly big cushion, isn't it? Mind you, it's not going to be much good to them if they don't win this game today. The lights will go out. Twal.
The Bulldogs defenders just can't lock the ball up.
Reynolds and Marshall to Cheekham. And he's looking to offload. Everybody seems to have an offload in them. There it is again. Reynolds, he's got one in him. Marshall's with the ball, turns it into Brooks. And now the speed men are having a little look down the middle of the ground. Masters goes away, gets it to Lola here. He kicks, and it's going into the in goal. It's going to go dead, and that's a bad play.
Well, it was a bad play. They don't realise they've got their opposition knocked out. If it was a boxing match, they'd get a standing 8 count, the Bulldogs, because they can't throw a punch and they can't defend themselves. But the Tigers have been unable to get away through.
There's John Olive getting it just inside the 40-metre line. Dean Pay, the man at the helm, and he flinches as Tuamonga puts it down. Whoa, and then did the Tigers get an advantage?
Well, here it comes. Here it comes. That's the real, we're ready to be beaten moment. You're out on your feet in defence, then on second tackle you spill a ball like that.
Well, he's waited 62 minutes to get on.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him.
The nervous energy, that's his first touch.
Feel sorry for him, but this is about to put the Bulldogs under enormous pressure.
And the ruling, of course, is that they didn't gain an advantage from the knock-on from Tuamonga.
Can you feel it coming, Rabbits? I can feel the try coming.
Yeah, well, I said earlier, the Tigers certainly look like favourites to win. That's the body language coming out of this arena. Even though the Dogs are in front by 2. Lawrence just outside 20. So from Reynolds, it's found Brooks. Now Eisenhuth. Held by Tuamonga in the 16. Woods involved. Reynolds, you're all over the place like a jack in the box. Brooks getting it back to Lawrence. Now they're 10 out. And Reynolds takes one from the dummy half position. Jackson's got him. Plays the ball back into Jackson. And then a kick that rebounds off Canterbury. And I think they knocked on, did they not? Moses Mbai. No, the referee said play on.
It was important he got to that because they ruled 6 again that the ball was played at. In the end, the Tigers didn't throw a lot at them. Now they've conceded a penalty.
Let's have a look at that passage of play. This is the kick from Brooks. And he said not played at. Well, it was played at, so that's why he restarted the tackle count.
I was looking at the defensive line. I think they pinched Eisenhuth for being offside.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cheekham.
That's as straight a line as you get.
So Canterbury clinging on desperately. But they're looking very tired. Tuamonga. Now Woods. The carry gets him 2 metres into opposition territory. Holland is the dummy half. Here's Elliott. He was good at the start. He's got a lot of energy, the youngster from Tafra. Holland again. Now for Tuamonga. 30 metres out. That's the 4th tackle. Canterbury leading by 2. Holland from dummy half. No markers. 20 metres out, last tackle. And the kick is on for Frawley. And Brett Morris is out there for the jump. Up he goes. Comes down the ball to Marshall.
Gee, got a good grab at it too. Got way above them. Got 2 hands to that. Just came off his chest. Up he goes. Really had a good grab at that.
Beautiful in the air, but the hands let him down. I thought he was actually... Oh, here's a break made by Masters. Up to the 40-metre line. Gets a ball away. Lolahia's there for him. Now to Fanua, and Fanua is able to unload again. And here's Brooks splitting them open, but pulled down desperately just inside the 20. Back to Reynolds. The blind side wants it. They've got it. Lolahia puts a grabber in. Oh, Lawrence may have one here.
I haven't tried.
Lawrence, I think it is Lawrence that might have one for the West Tigers.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the play to kick it because they had the numbers. But the Tigers are just free running at the moment, and the Bulldogs seem powerless to stop them.
But if there isn't, can we just make sure Chris Lawrence isn't impeded?
Chris Lawrence, he just came so hard
West
at this
Tigers
ball.
left side. Kick chase is cleared as onside.
I don't think he needed the kick. And Mbai pretty slow to get across there, and Lawrence...
He gets it down.
Looks like he gets it down, doesn't he? Yep, right
Yeah,
on the line.
gets it down.
Henry Perinara, the main referee, gave himself a little bit of a parachute there by asking the bunker to look. If it wasn't a try,
Can we just...
was he impeded?
They'll be watching Mbai's feet here too as to how he's attempted to defend the tackle.
Well, just show it in real time.
I've got no doubt he scored. The ball's on the line, done.
The ball is grounded in the goal by Chris Lawrence. We have a decision.
Well, that decision will be positive, and that would bring him level with Benji for most tries for West Tigers.
It's a courageous put down.
So the try has been confirmed. Brad, you could see it coming.
Yeah, especially when Dutchy Holland missed the tackle on Masters over there. It's just a cold one-on-one miss. Advance the ball up the field. But I thought it was the Mahe Whenua pass. Their willingness to pass. Look at that. One. On to Lola here. Whenua offloads it. On to Brooks. Just their willingness to support each other and their willingness to pass the ball in traffic. And once again, here's a nice little kick. Mightn't have been the right option, but when you got someone as willing as Chris Lawrence, it didn't turn out that bad.
Yeah, it's been coming for a while, this try, and it may lead to a couple.
Yeah, you get the feeling, don't you? If they get this right, there could be another 3 or 4 coming.
Yep. And the Bulldogs have not looked like scoring one in the second half.
How many carries do you think Whenua's had, David? Just very quickly, is it 15? He's had 15 carries. How many times do you think he's dived with the ball out of the 15? It's just unbelievable. He's got this offload. Here's the kick, and it is spot on. So back at ANZ, and it seemed as though it was going to happen, and eventually it became a reality. A try to Chris Lawrence and West Tigers. He moves alongside Benji Marshall for most number of tries scored at the club. The man with the ball is Whenua, and as I pointed out earlier, he's had a remarkable game. He's carried the ball 15 times or whatever, and he's probably only died with the ball a couple of times. He played a part in that try, quite a big part, really. This is Eisenhuth. Look at offloads, 21 times for Tigers, 2 for the Dogs.
Yeah, that's 21. Mahe Whenua, 6 offloads.
Down to Morris in the deep. Mbai in support. Looks at Montoya, takes the tackle. Hopewadi into acting half. Now Marcello.
Well, now they're behind. Hopefully it sparks them into playing a little bit of football, the Bulldogs.
Hopewadi. Just outside the 40-metre line. 14-10 in favour of West Tigers. Here's Olive with a little bit of light footwork. He's got one to beat. He's got support coming in the middle. Mbai beautifully taken out there. He was tackled out in the middle of the ground there by Masters. Gone back to Mbai. Gone now to Martin. And Martin is tackled, arching over the line. And a penalty goes to Canterbury.
Well, again, I don't think they need the penalty. They had them shot. Now West Tigers' defence is set.
Well, if you're playing for the Bulldogs, you tap and go. You're giving them time to get their breath back.
He's got some footwork, John Olive.
Great pass back on the inside to Mbai.
Yep.
So this is Elliott, taken by Eisenhuth and Matalino. Holland from dummy half, then Clemmer who's back. Mbai gets it away. Hopewadi, I thought he was going to step them. 2 metres out. And Mbai at dummy half to Foran, to Clemmer. Long to Elliott. Elliott looked to pass, looks to offload, puts it down desperately, went backward.
Tackle 3, get on the goal line.
This is the third tackle coming up, played by Frawley. And again they go away to Tuamonga. And he'll play the ball 3 metres out. Holland, an unlikely dummy half, but here they are making the mistake. And it's a double knock on.
Well, here's the difference in the defence. We saw the Bulldogs' left side defence being passive. This is the opposite. Really aggressive. Just stop the play there. And to highlight Mahe Whenua and his wingman there. Just watch them rush up and cut this play off.
Heads in.
Just roll the tape.
Heads in.
Go together. Cut the play off. Nice aggressive defence.
Heads in.
Well, that's one thing he's not lacking in Whenua.
Outside leg up for me.
He might be lacking in a haircut, but
Seconds are going to bind together.
his aggression is
Locks in. Lock in.
very
Two
high.
hands, time back on. Out.
So they win the scrum back on their own 10.
Held. Release.
Thursday night football from McDonald's this week down at Lotto Land. There's the McDonald's scoreboard, as a matter of fact, on cue. 14-10 in favour of West Tigers. So another breach here. Ball going forward and down.
Might go to Brad Fittler. The ground's starting to get a little bit slippery.
Yeah, as the sun went away, it sure is. The wind's dropped considerably and the ground is getting a little bit dewy.
So what's your program, Fred? What are you expected to do with Danny and Greg? Do you go into consultation tonight, or?
Yeah, we meet tonight. We pick a team tonight, Ray. We run that past, will be a squad. We run that past the board of New South Wales. If they're happy with the team, then as of tomorrow, it'll be announced 6:45 on the Channel 9 News tomorrow night at the Blue Ball, which is at the Star Casino.
So the team will be announced on Channel 9 tomorrow night.
Oh, he's changed his decision here.
He's changed his mind here. They were celebrating West Tigers, and suddenly that turned into a wake. So Canterbury get the penalty.
So Bradley, with 8 minutes left in the weekend's football, do you know your team? Do you know the team you want?
Yes. I'm quite confident that given there was no injuries, there's been a couple of clouds over a few players, but given they come all right, I'm pretty sure we've got our team.
Mbai got away from one. Hopewadi tried to beat another. 8 metres out from the line. John Hopewadi. It's only the second tackle. Elliott. Compressed defence there. In around the football from West Tigers. And Holland gets it away to Foran to Clemmer, the big man. And West Tigers, their online defence, it's right up there. They're the third best defensive side in the league. Here's Foran. Gee, that looked forward out of the hands from Foran.
It was forward.
Brad, one more question. Is there any chance of the team being leaked?
Yeah, huge chance.
Well, at least you're honest.
Clock's running, guys.
It's been a very sort of taxing couple of weeks, and I'm sure from a lot of players and coaches, but it's one of those things. Start of Origin creates so much interest that people want to know who's in the team, and we decide as of 7 o'clock tonight. So from here till the next day, we're going to talk to the players and get the players in. So there's a good chance that a lot of people will be outed, let's say.
Yeah, you know the one thing I've never understood about Origin, I just can't get it, is why individuals in the media are so obsessed they must know the team before everyone else. What's the obsession? Why can't they wait until the announcement? What kudos do they think they get because they get the team leaked to them early?
Well, I think there's a bit of pride involved in them, having knowledge of the game, and they sort of weigh it all up and who's playing, and they do their investigating work, and that's the feeling I've got out of all the journalists that I've spoken over the last couple of weeks. That, I think there's a little bit of pride involved in getting as many right as possible.
Oh, Mbai's put it down. Whenua's taken up the advantage. A long ball away to Thompson. Comes off his left foot. Gives the ball to Packer. How did he get out there? And Packer will play it 7 metres out from the Canterbury line. And here's a penalty going to the West Tigers.
Well, they didn't want that penalty. They just did not want that penalty. That's tackle 0. And they had the Bulldogs shot. Now everything slows down and they'll have a committee meeting and wonder if they'll go to 6 in front by kicking the goal. There we go. We'll take the 2. There we go. They didn't need the penalty. The game didn't need the penalty right there.
How do you eradicate this exact thing you're talking about? I've heard you and Andrew both say they didn't need the penalty right there.
Well,
they didn't need the penalty. How do we get rid of it?
Mate, how long have you got? And I'll tell you what is at the root of all this obsession with the penalties and what the referees are doing. I've told you, let me run the referees for 12 months. I'll clean it up for you. I'll do it for nothing. I won't even charge them.
Well, what's Penrith going to do in the meantime?
A lot better.
Brad?
We're not going to see the. Oh, we're going to see the Mahe Whenua pass. It's talking about the willingness for them to back each other, the Tigers. It's something the Dogs just don't really have in their DNA as yet. It's just that those passes at the line, the pressure passes. The Tigers all year have really backed each other, especially the back 5 players. There's been a lot of passing at the back of the field and little offloads in amongst people and a little bit of danger amongst their work. But something the Dogs just really haven't got in their game is at passing in a crowd.
So Masters, who took over the goal kicking from Lola here, and he hasn't reciprocated, and he doesn't have to, although he's well offline with that one. Well offline with that one.
What a great job by Morris to get back into the field of play.
Unbelievable. And this is a run by Martin. Did very well.
What a great run, Martin.
He was odds on to go over the sideline, but he tucked the legs up. I swear blind he was a winger with experience in that art. Here's Hopewadi now. So what are we looking at here? We've got 4 minutes to go. A 4-point ball game. Tigers in front. They trailed 8-4 at the break, but they've come downhill in the second half. This is John Olive, and he's run into defensive traffic. 5 metres into West Tigers area. Something's got to happen for them. Perhaps on this play, Hopewadi, a no-look pass. Montoya kicks, but it couldn't have been any more friendly for Lolohea. And he'll play the ball 25 out from his own line. Thursday night Macca's football. Manly versus North Queensland. VB Friday night football. Rabbitohs versus Sharks here. And Sunday football, Roosters versus Tigers at Allianz. Leading up, of course, to Origin 1 on Wednesday week. And the team to be announced on Channel 9's news tomorrow night at 6:45. But given the players have to be told they're in the side, it's very hard to contain that news. So good luck. This is Morris playing it for Mbai. And we've got just 2.5 minutes of this match remaining, and the Dogs are still going to be on just 3 wins for the season.
Yeah, well, it's got to be Moses or this bloke Olive that gets the line break for them. They're the ones that have looked most likely. Only 2 minutes to go.
So we're playing on the 4th tackle now as Clemmer
Good ball.
Gets it out the back. Hopewadi, Whenua's got him, but he was able to pass. Montoya with the ball, but the Tigers sliding in defence. Equal to just about any task. Now Frawley puts on a big step. They play the ball on the last. So will they go through the hands? It's Foran giving it on to Martin. He puts a little kick on. Was it played at? That's the question. I didn't see the referee indicate as such.
Yes.
And it's with Whenua. He lost the ball. Now it's with Eisenhuth.
He had eyes for the ball then, and only the ball, Mahe Whenua. And they're winning by 6. He gets the ball with 1.5 minutes to go, and then he squeezes one out the back. with an offload. Ivan Cleary just had kittens.
Well, he said it last week, Ivan Cleary. He said Mahi Whanua is one of those players, when he gets the ball, both coaches hold their breath.
This is interesting. They're going to finish the match with little. So Reynolds came on for what was a very good stint of about 15 minutes, I suppose. Josh Reynolds, he came on at his motivational best, injected some life, took the coach's instructions out with him, and Jason Little, or Jacob Little, is out there to finish the match.
Well, the Bulldogs looking to pack a scrum to give themselves 15 seconds, 17 seconds to pull off a miracle. But they haven't looked likely all second half of tasting a try. In fact, from their very first try, they haven't looked likely. They're just struggling. They do a lot of passing, but it doesn't really lead to much. It's very, very hard to get out of that rut sometimes. The Tigers have had some good little periods, but they missed the jump today. They didn't get out of the boxes at all well.
So the final play, Perenara saying I haven't called time on, so the halfback will have to go back and do it again.
Hold it. Still hold. Hold.
4 points. The margin in favour of the Tigers. A run around with Frawley, a lofted pass, a bat on, taken by Brett Morris, knocked on, picked up then by Masters. They stand like a couple of pugilists ready to go, but it's all over, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over at 14-10 in favour of West Tigers. Does that elevate them back into the 8? It does, but not as high as 7. The 7 was possible. Into 7. Okay, so they've gone into 7, the West Tigers, with a 14-10 win over the Bulldogs.